Have you ever heard of a country that was born and died in just 41 days? Not a rebellion, not a protest, an actual republic with a president, a flag, a constitution, and an army. And almost no one remembers it. In 1895, a short-lived nation called the Republic of Formosa briefly appeared on the map of the world. It existed for only 41 days before collapsing under military pressure. It sounds fictional, like something invented for a political thriller, but it was very real. To understand how this happened, we need to go back to the late 19th century. At the time, Taiwan was ruled by the Qing dynasty, the final imperial dynasty of China. But in 1894, war broke out between Qing China and a rapidly modernizing Japan. This conflict, known as the First Sino-Japanese War, was a turning point in East Asian history. Japan had industrialized quickly, adopting Western military technology and modern systems. China, by contrast, was struggling with internal instability and outdated structures. The result was decisive. China lost. In April 1895, the defeated Qing government signed the Treaty of Shimonoseki. Among its terms was a major concession. Taiwan would be ceded permanently to Japan. No referendum, no local consultation, just diplomatic ink deciding the fate of millions. For the people living in Taiwan, this was an identity shock. Overnight, they were told they would no longer be subjects of the Qing Empire, but of Japan. That kind of sudden political transfer creates what modern psychology would call collective identity threat. The fear that your group's culture, loyalty, and future are being erased without your consent. And so, something unexpected happened. On May 23, 1895, local officials and elites in Taiwan declared the creation of a new state, the Republic of Formosa. Formosa was the Portuguese name for Taiwan, meaning beautiful island. This was not chaos, it was organized and strategic. They drafted a constitution, they created a national flag, a blue field with a yellow tiger, they established administrative offices, they formed an army, and they appointed a president, Tang Jingsong, the former Qing governor of Taiwan. Their objective wasn't necessarily long-term independence. Many historians believe the republic was meant as a temporary resistance government, a way to delay or complicate Japan's takeover and perhaps gain international sympathy. If Taiwan could present itself as a sovereign republic, Japan's invasion might look less like a treaty transfer and more like an act of aggression. For a brief moment, Taiwan wasn't just a territory being handed over. It was, at least in declaration, a country. But Japan was not waiting for approval. The Empire of Japan had one of the most modern and disciplined militaries in Asia. On May 29, 1895, just 6 days after the Republic was proclaimed, Japanese forces landed in northern Taiwan. The speed was overwhelming. The new republic's military was made up of former Qing troops, local militias, and volunteers. They had determination, but they lacked coordination, modern weapons, and unified command. They were fighting a professional army with limited preparation. And then the political structure began to crack. As Japanese forces advanced toward Taipei, President Tang Jingsong fled the island disguised as a civilian. Imagine that. The president of a brand new republic escaping within days of its first real test. Leadership then shifted to Liu Yongfu, a military commander known for resisting foreign forces in Southeast Asia. He attempted to reorganize the defense from the southern city of Tainan. Resistance continued, but it was fragmented and increasingly desperate. City by city, Japanese troops advanced southward. By October 21, 1895, Tainan fell. Organized resistance collapsed. The Republic had effectively ceased functioning as a government after just 41 days, though scattered fighting lasted several months. And just like that, the country disappeared. No long negotiations, no global recognition, no international rescue. Why does this story feel unreal? Because we tend to imagine countries as permanent, as stable entities that last centuries. But in reality, nations are fragile constructs. They exist because people declare them, defend them, and, critically, because other powers recognize them. The Republic of Formosa had internal declaration, but it lacked external recognition and military strength. In geopolitics, belief alone is not enough. Yet psychologically, the declaration mattered. When groups feel their identity is threatened, they often respond with symbolic acts of autonomy, flags, constitutions, new governments. These acts serve a powerful purpose. They reinforce collective dignity. They send a message that identity is not something passively assigned by distant treaties. Even if the Republic lasted only 41 days, it represented a refusal to quietly accept political erasure. After its collapse, Taiwan would remain under Japanese rule for 50 years. Infrastructure was modernized, railways expanded, industry developed, but it remained a colony. After World War II, Taiwan's political future would become complicated again, eventually becoming the base of the Republic of China government in 1949. But the Republic of Formosa rarely appears in mainstream history discussions. It was too short to become legend, too brief to reshape global politics. Yet its existence forces an uncomfortable question. What actually makes a country real? Is it land? Military strength? International recognition? Or is it the collective belief of its people, even if that belief only survives for 41 days? In the summer of 1895, for a short moment in history, Taiwan was not simply territory being transferred between empires. It was the Republic of Formosa. If this made you see the world differently, like the video and subscribe to Mindarchieve.